Hi ladies! Here we are doing the salt cravings, those salty cravings. That's what I'm going to be going into today to give you a bit of an insight as to what the deeper reasons are to why salt is calling you. So at what point does a craving for food or an obsession for food and an addiction for that particular food become like an eating disorder? As soon as that food is, that desire for that food is uncontrollable, basically. And it could be just because the chemicals that that food releases in you is so addictive, often with sugars and salts and fat. Those are what I'm going to be talking about over the next few weeks, the cravings of those particular foods. They release certain hormones, endorphins, serotonin, dopamine into the body, and that's why it becomes a craving. And I teach you how to re-educate yourself with food to actually fulfill your needs, so that those cravings can dissolve, subside, and you actually give your body exactly what it needs. So we're talking today about what salt represents and why on earth you crave it as if it's going out of fashion. I know for an absolute fact that I craved Marmite, love it or hate it, miso, those big bags of salt and vinegar crisps were definitely my thing. Now I can walk down the aisle in any supermarket and kind of go, God, why did I crave that so much then? But for years I craved those particular crisps and they fulfilled something for me. Now I understand what was going on. So why are you actually heaping so much salt over your soup, over your eggs, over those kind of things? And what kind of salty things are you craving? Are you craving the crisps? Are you craving the peanuts? Are you craving... What is it on the salty basis that your body is just calling and screaming out for? And what is going on behind the scenes? That's what we're here to try and discover for you, to try and help you realise what's going on behind the scenes. Now, it can sometimes be to do with a learnt food reaction. So you're given a particular food and that elevates your mood, it makes you feel good, so you can actually sort of have that attraction to it for the emotional need, for the mental need, for the feeling of being loved, depending what you were given at the time. Often it's sugar, sometimes it's salty things as well, so we can have that kind of that urge, but we also have that surge of hormones, a surge of chemicals that run through the body, releasing all the serotonin and dopamine and those kind of things, because they give you the memory and the feeling of being fulfilled and loved. So those are some of the levels that we're going to be working on. And I support women to get better solutions and resolutions and have a better relationship with food, so that you can actually have peace with food. Stand at the buffet table, all laid out in front of you, and you know exactly what's going to fulfill you. And it's not necessary to open the fridge and eat everything inside, or open that cupboard and eat everything inside. As soon as you can understand what's triggering you, as soon as you can understand what's going on for you on the inside. Hence, I am Fiona Robertson, I am the Body Renewer, and I am a body whisperer, understanding what goes on behind the scenes. I'm a health and fitness trained healer and coach. My specific skills lie in food addictions, eating disorders, and what lies behind the scenes. I am a recovered overeater and a mighty confused eater at that, having been through so many different diets. So I've overcome the overeating, the binging, and now I have a peace with food that just is, I know exactly what I need to eat, what I want to eat. I intuitively eat, so that I can thoroughly enjoy the food that I'm eating from a wide range of food. I mean, basically I can eat absolutely everything and it doesn't have those effects on my body anymore. And when I'm called, when my body craves something, I'm just like, okay, what's going on here? What's going on here? And I can easily fix it with tips and techniques that I'm going to be sharing with you. So basically I'm getting you to the heart of the matter. I'm getting to the heart of the matter really fast. So with your health, your weight, and the physical symptoms that are arising. That's what we're going to be talking today, the ticking time bomb that the salt craving is showing you via your body, talking to you via the craving. Your body talks to you. There's nothing more responsive than your body to your thoughts and your feelings. And that will go for sciatica, that'll go for weight gain, that'll go for a whole range of symptoms and cravings that your body is talking to you. That's how she communicates with you. I strongly advocate really tuning into the cues and the messages from your bodies, because that's the answer. It's not starving her of the food that she said that she needs. It's not saying, right, that's it, I'm not going to eat the crisps anymore, I'm not going to eat the chocolate. It's tuning into, like, what is that all about? And then it dissolves, it goes away. You've looked at it, you've heard it, you've understood it. That's how your body is talking to you. Okay, so being an intuitive eater myself now, and have recovered myself from eating anything than from pure hunger. I know when I'm feeling called to go back to the crisps, I know exactly what that's about, and it never ever deviates. Cutting down your food cravings by 80% in just a limited number of times, like 4 weeks, we can cut down those food cravings. Any food craving can be released in 3 days, but I'm also talking about the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual reasons why your body is calling out for you to stuff yourself full of those salty crisps. One of the levels that salt is being craved by your body. Now, salt, particularly good salt like Himalayan salt and those kind of things, and most of us have already moved over to those kind of salts, thankfully, because the iodine is just too strong in the table salts and things. The reason some of us crave those is because the tissues in the cells actually need salts. So if you're getting a craving for salt, but sometimes you can be going at it from the wrong angle, you can be getting it from crisps and peanuts, it's like, so needs so much salt. But if you're using Himalayan salt and you're still craving it and it's just like so salivating deliciously for you, you have to know that Himalayan salt will help detoxify the body and balance the pH. It'll improve your hydration and your the trace minerals that your body actually needs. It can reduce muscle cramps, improving minerals and hydration. It helps balance out the sugar, blood sugars, supports your hormone balance. Mineral-rich salts really have a great deal of benefits to them. It can help your mood, it can help your sleep, it can help support weight loss, and it can support your thyroid and your adrenal function. Now, that's one of the things I want to talk to you about today. Is often the ticking time bomb that I talk about is the adrenal function. Often the adrenals crave salt because they are so depleted on other levels. So 80% of the women that I speak to, they have no clue that their adrenals are under such strain. They are getting exhausted and they are craving the salt and they haven't seen the link. And they're about to get really screwed up. When a woman is in full adrenal fatigue, there's nothing she can do other than rest. She's basically on burnout. The adrenals, your body is showing you by craving the salt that you are very close to adrenal fatigue, and that your adrenals are really beyond being able to manage with the amount of stress that's going through the body. If you've not put this link together now, just be very clear, be very careful about what the salt craving is actually showing you. Your adrenals are two little tiny teeny glands on top of the kidneys, and they get triggered every single time you're faced by something scary, overexciting, worry, deadlines at work. We were never meant to have quite so much adrenal fatigue moments in our lives, so many deadlines and so much like being on edge, traffic and deadlines and crazy stuff in the news and family problems, dramas. We seem to live on dramas. Our adrenals were never meant to keep us protected from things like that. The adrenals work very well. When they're triggered, it's the reptile brain that's coming in, and the reptile brain's basically saying, oh, hang on a second, let's just shut everything else down, let's shut the digestion down, shut all the muscles, the extremities down, and pump out sugar from every single cell that stored it. Get it to the muscles so that we're ready to fight or we're ready for the flight. That's the symptoms, those are the things that are coming up when you're under stress, whatever reason it is that you're under stress, your body is reacting in this way. Your adrenals are working. However, our adrenals are really working way too often, far too much, pumping out far too many hormones and chemicals around the body. That's going to have a massive impact on you. Your adrenals are weak. They're unable to balance the sodium in your body. They're unable to balance things, and they become weak, and they can't store the salt anymore, so they crave salt. It's a very, very basic explanation, but it is a sign. It's a ticking time bomb when you're craving salt in that way. There are other symptoms that come up as well when you are wanting to look to see whether you are actually adrenally fatigued. You kind of have a low blood pressure, so you're going to be dizzy when you stand up. And alternatively, you will have a very lower than normal blood temperature. Your blood temperature will be low. You'll feel cold a lot more time. You can feel dizzy when you stand up, but at the same time, you can actually have, high blood sugar levels. This is where the adrenal fatigue and the diabetes can be very, very close in their symptoms. You'll have excessive thirst, maybe swelling in your legs, the salt cravings, which we're talking about, low energy, and just not able to get a very good night's sleep. This is showing you that you are under stress, under strain. Your body is not coping very, very well. Feeling lightheaded, all those kind of things. So just be very careful that this is a ticking time bomb. You need to understand what's going on in your body, and you need to start asking somebody who's kind of like trained in that way to help you relieve your body from not just the cravings that you're having, the eating, which I'm sure is kind of adding to your weight as well, but actually the emotional side, being able to change your perspective, being able to deal with the confrontations that are going on so that you're not reacting in the same way. The practices and things that I put in there with Peace with Food, which is like a 5-week video course, will really help you undo the reactions and the way that you react to the stress around you. It brings you back sort of from overthinking and over creating everything in your head. It brings you back into your body so that you can actually feel when you're being stressed, when you're being triggered, and how you can reduce all of that. Okay? The body code diagnosis helps you understand what food group would work 100% better for you. It helps your body be more with the flow, and it stops all those kind of spiking, all the salty spikes that you get, the sort of the cravings for the salt, because your body's not coping very well. Emotionally, the salt craving shows you that you're just stressed. You're at the end of your line. You're on a very, very, very thin line. Okay? So that's what we need to be able to work on. Looking for the deeper meaning of that, it's like, okay, so where are you saying yes instead of no? What are the boundaries that you are letting go? Where are you not standing up for yourself? Where are you not feeling really, really strong in yourself, and where you're not able to deal with the confrontations, deal with the workload, being a mother that's juggling, or a woman that's juggling so many things in her life. You're just not meant to be this stressed out. I know that many of us live those kind of lives, and we think it's normal, and it's not. But there is a different way of dealing with things, and when you understand that you're picking up a lot of things that are going on around your particular area, you're picking up not just your own stress to deal with everything, but everybody else's natural stress, the sort of the cosmos stress, the kind of like the stress of everybody that's around, and taking in all the stress that they have with their lives and their dramas, and listening to their dramas and listening to the news. It's going to cause an awful amount of just energetic stress that you're within, and you need to be resilient to that. Salt then comes in, and it helps you fortify yourself. There's an energy there. When you've been melted away and you've been allowing your energy to sort of dissipate, and I'll help you, and I'll help you, and I'll say yes to you, and I'll say yes to you. A craving for salt is a need for fortification. You know those forts that people kind of build up? sandcastles. Salt is doing that on a mineral level for yourself because you need to feel stronger. So I'm going to ask you now, what do you need to feel stronger about? Let me know what you need to feel stronger about, because those are the boundaries that we need to build up. Those are the things that really need to fortify you on an internal level, a way of dealing with life in a much, much better way. So there's a deeper reason why you're craving the salt. If you see yourself digging into the crisps, digging into the peanuts, digging into any of those things, I want you to try something, and I'm going to show you how to do this now. It's a very, very simple way of doing it. Push those things away, in your mind's eye, even if they're not right in front of you. Push those things away from you right now. I want you to be triggered. I want you to feel what's going on in your body, where you feel it in your body. Oh, I need those crisps, I need those peanuts, I need that salt. Push those away from yourself right now. Just sit with the feeling that comes up when you realise you can't have any of those salty things anymore. What are the words you're saying? I need it, I deserve it, I deserve more. What is it that you're saying to yourself? And ask yourself how old you are. Ask yourself how old you are, where did that belief come from, why did you get that, what were the feelings that you had, or the situations when you would feed yourself the salt, and what does it bring up for you? One of the things that it showed me was my need for support. That was where I need fortification, and I wasn't supporting myself. That was what came up for me. Wouldn't it be better to spend a little bit of time breaking through that particular need that you're not able to do, maybe just on your own at the moment, rather than have another 20 years of craving and not satisfying yourself with what you really, really are asking, what your body and your soul is actually asking for. 20 minutes of sitting with that feeling, understanding that feeling, and breaking through why you have those cravings. The body diagnosis is a call that helps you do that, so you can break through what's going on, your need to be eating certain foods, the food disorders that you have, the times of day, for example, night eating syndrome, overeating, restricting foods and binging, and all those food disorders are very, very easily resolved when you understand why they're there in the first place and what's triggering you, and how you can set yourself up so that you can walk past whatever food it is that you have an absolute obsession for and a must-have. When you can walk past it, kind of go, I know what, I've got rid of that now. I don't really need to do that. Until you look at it, until you understand where it's coming from, the deeper reason why you have it, it's going to keep on cropping up, and you're going to keep on giving away. Don't you want to break through that? Don't ever have that again. Salt is basically making you look old, and gives you the bags under the eyes and wrinkles out your face and dries you up from the inside. It's having physical ramifications on you with your drying you up, your thirst, your sexual organs, your juiciness, everything else. So be careful. It is a ticking time bomb. It's there. Listen to the cues from your body. Listen to your cravings and the deeper meanings for you. I'm Fiona Robertson. I am the Body Renewer. I'm a body whisperer. I'm understanding what works for you, what's going on behind the scenes, so that you can release that once and for all. Not have to bother with the salt cravings, the sugar cravings, the fatty cravings. And they change depending what you're being triggered by. 80% of the cravings can be released in 4 weeks. 3 days just for physical cravings, and 4 weeks, 8 weeks of being able to get into an ease with food, a peace with food. I'll put the link down below. I've got this Peace with Food 5-week video series that I do, the body code diagnosis. These are all tools to help you get past your food addictions and your cravings. I'm Fiona Robertson, wishing you an absolutely brilliant day, and I'll be back again next week, filling you in with some information about how the body gives you the cues and what she's actually really, really asking for. Okay, lots of love. Have a great week. Bye-bye.